Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to the video. In today's video, we will be breaking down the 2018 College Football Playoff National Championship game. Let's get started. We'll lead off with the Georgia Bulldogs. The Bulldogs winning the Rose Bowl game in double overtime, being down 31-17 at the half. Nobody had come down from a deficit of that type of margin, but the Georgia Bulldogs did it in double overtime on a Sony Michel rushing a touchdown after they blocked a field goal in the second overtime. Oklahoma had the first possession. They had to go to a field goal after both teams exchanged field goals in the first overtime, but eventually, again, Georgia would go on to win. Kirby Smart, former assistant to Nick Saban, and Nick Saban is 15-0 in games against former assistant coaches. So things could basically turn out to be the same in this game, but we don't know, because Jake Fromm, a great freshman quarterback that nobody really saw coming, nobody saw Georgia coming as a number one seed. Jake Fromm half led this team along with running back Sony Michel and Nick Chubb. We'll dive into that a little later. But Jake Fromm, a great freshman QB, and with helps of the wide receiver Wims and a few others, they have had one of the best passing games of college football and one of the best run games with running backs Sony Michel and Nick Chubb. Man, those running backs were fantastic. Nick Chubb, he's been a Georgia running back for quite a while now. We've heard his name a lot, but Sony Michel, we hadn't heard his name in the past. So Sony Michel again scoring that winning touchdown in the Rose Bowl game. But we could see him rushing the football a little more against Alabama, because they like to go to him, and I'm not disagreeing with that, because Kirby Smart has developed a great running back in Sony Michel, and I think he should still use him a little more, maybe even more than Nick Chubb, even though Nick Chubb has more experience than Sony Michel. But I think that Kirby Smart in this game should use Sony Michel more than Nick Chubb and just go with the same passing game with Jake Fromm. I think that should work fine. If that doesn't work fine, then go to a Sony Michel and Nick Chubb rushing attack. If that doesn't work with Alabama's great defense, which we'll dive into deep here in a little bit, I don't know how Georgia's going to win this football game. How Georgia can win this football game is have a great rushing attack, which they already do. Just execute it very well with Sony Michel and Nick Chubb, and they have to execute the passing game as they have all season with Jake Fromm and the great wide receiving crew that the Georgia Bulldogs have. Next, we'll move on to the Alabama Crimson Tide. Alabama, they had a great season, went 11-0 until the final game where they lost to Auburn 26-13, and didn't get into the SEC title game. That would ended up being Georgia and Auburn. Georgia would win. Ohio State was a team that went to the Big Ten championship, but Alabama beat them out for that number 4 spot. And I know I'm an Ohio State fan, not going to be biased in anything. Say that Ohio State deserved that spot so much more than Alabama. If Alabama deserved it, great job. They beat Clemson. They're in this national title game. Congratulations to Alabama. But that Sugar Bowl game was pretty much one-sided, lopsided the entire game, and many people disagreed with even Clemson being in there, losing to a Syracuse team and not even having really any quality wins. You can say people in the comments, people are probably thinking right now, are going to say, wait, they beat Miami. Well, Miami lost to Pittsburgh and had one quality win, and that was Notre Dame. You only give them one quality win. They're in the ACC title game, and then they get crushed by Clemson. I really don't see, and Miami ends up losing to Pittsburgh and Wisconsin, who I didn't really think was a good 12-0 team going into the Big Ten championship game, losing to Ohio State. So if you think of it, Clemson, not any really quality wins. So people arguing that they should have even been in it. So Alabama winning a one-sided game. Jalen Hurts and Calvin Ridley led that attack, but the Alabama defense was the big story in that game, because they held Clemson to only 6 points in that game. So if Alabama's defense is going to have to step up even more against this fantastic Georgia rushing attack with Sony Michel and Nick Chubb. If Alabama's defense can hold Jake Fromm in the passing game, and in one half forcing the Georgia Bulldogs to go to the rushing attack in another portion of the game, if they can stop either the rushing attack or the passing attack, one of them in the first half, then forcing Georgia to go to that other thing, say they stop the passing attack and Jake Fromm, if that'll force Georgia to go to the rushing attack a little more with Sony Michel and Nick Chubb. If Alabama can stop that, and Georgia still won't feel confident in their passing game, so they'll keep trying that rushing attack. And if Alabama can do exactly that, Alabama will be two-time college football playoff national champion. So that's how each team can win and how they got here. But let's go into one injury that could change the entire landscape of this game. Minkah Fitzpatrick dealing with a kidney injury is going to be out for the 2018 National Championship game, which is a huge blow to the Alabama Crimson Tide secondary, because Fitzpatrick was one of the best players, maybe the best player on the defensive side for the Alabama Crimson Tide, maybe on the entire team. So now for Jake Fromm in the passing game, that could mean easier getting that passing game going, forcing Alabama to go to protecting that pass game, going to the run game. So a huge loss for Alabama and a huge gain for Georgia, because that gives them a better option of the passing game, a better chance at succeeding at that passing game. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like, share, and subscribe for more of these videos, more previews of championship games of college football, NFL, NBA, which should be coming up soon with the football season ending in about a month in February with the Super Bowl. And my Road to the Show, MLB The Show 17 videos, links to those will be down in the description below. If you want to check the other Michael Sports Minutes, the link should be on your screen. The link should be on your screen right now. If it's not, it should be on. Again, the link should be on your screen. The link to the videos will be down in the description below. And if you want to get a head start on the ball hawking season, catch up on ball hawking, the link to those videos will be down in the description below. Ball hawking season quickly approaching us. Unboxing season ticket videos, 2018 baseball card openings, and ball hawking previews and goals. Those videos should be coming up in March. So ball hawking season again quickly approaching us. So get a head start by watching those videos down in the link by clicking on the link in the description below. Subscribe and like this video, share this video. Again, like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, good night.